Okay, now I'm using the Black & Decker power file to remove just the bulk, like here, just like puddles of glue, which is really hard to sand by hand, and the big ununiform things here. Just about every piece has to have a bit of blob. So with the power file, I can just remove this, and then it's could be a lot easier to sand with just by hand. Okay, now I've put like scribe lines everywhere, uh, pencil marks, so when I sand I can see where there's a hole and where I sanded and where it's not sanding. So this is working brilliantly well. I have 50 grit here and I've got 80 grit here. It sounds that 50 grit is a lot better if you want to flatten things and if you want to remove something. So I can use both hands and concentrate in this area, and then I'm always keeping everything straight because it's on the table, and it's working really well. Even the ends, after all, you can just waltz your way through interfacing between flat and the slight curve, and it works really well. And as you can see, I'm close to everybody for this part here, and then I'll go to the back. The H-tab is a piece of cake since it's flat, and just one small note here, I highlighted my center lines because this is where you don't want to touch, and this is where you want to be in the center, and I was starting to lose them in the dust and after all this touching. The modified huge orbital sander with 50 grit is really great to uniformize round, like the leading edge, because I removed the bulk with the Black & Decker, but then this is really good to smooth and see your line. Of course, I'm not touching like 1/8 of my center line, just bring it closer to it, then I'll interface this curve with this one. Okay, use a lot of hand sanding, 50 grit. I always use this as a straight edge, or actually whatever, just make sure that you're gonna get contact on each rib. Then I use this guy to I've got lots of 0.8 millimeter that's useless, and then make sure that you've got a good interface between every piece. I can see there's a bit here, still got a bit more to do. Okay, last shot is going to be for this curved leading edge. Is going to be this foam back 50 grit, just to remove I guess a small flat spot that the straight edge sandpaper did. Alright, last shot, foam back 80 grit, or just to again to round all this. Already it's a lot better with the 50 grit. Alright, all done. Not worrying about the actual end here, because the plywood will come here, and then I guess I'll have to sand all this smooth. I'm just making sure that all of this is flat and smooth to each other, and they are. I guess I'll inspect it again before I guess after I'm with new eyes in a couple of hours or something. Alright, all done. I'm a happy camper. Now I've removed the compressed air, the bulk of the dust that was in the corners and cracks and stuff, and I'll make sure there's no dust before I glue on every glued surface. Yeah, one thing about this sanding table, this is a leftover from IKEA surplus. That's why I use it as a sanding table, because it's awfully straight, made with stress panel skin with like full of glue MDF.